What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And today we got a big one and a double whammy of a figure review. 2 figures in 1 review. Today we are taking a look at from X Plus, the favorite Sculptors line. 25 centimeter, I believe, is what these are. I don't think these are 30. GMK Mothra and Baragon from Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack, the super longest title in history, but as short known as GMK. So yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at this. This is the set X Plus reissued. I'm very thankful, even though they've had their issues with people, and I know Rich Iso's on a list with them. It was really cool to have the X Plus North America site offer this for US collectors. It was really nice just to be able to pick this up, because I didn't get the original set, which goes for now a buttload of money, and I was always sad that I missed out on the original Mothra and GMK Baragon set. You know, GMK, my favorite Millennium film. I love anything Baragon, so this was a must-get just to add a nice GMK Baragon finally to my collection. Even though I am more of a Showa Baragon guy, it's still nice to give any type of Baragon love. So really happy to have this guy in the collection. And then the GMK Mothra is my favorite Mothra. So this set was, again, it really hurt to miss it the first time. So now that they've reissued it a few years later with a little bit of different, you know, paint scheme and stuff like that. This is like the battle color version is what they're called. They're a little more battle worn. They look, you know, dusty, dirty. You know, they're not clean and pristine. But this is from X Plus. Really happy to have this in hand. These figures look great, and really happy to just put out an awesome review on this guy, on these guys. So here's the box. You have a really nice, you know, color, you know, front here. Very nice product images of both figures. Favorite Sculptors line. You know, you got Baragon Mothra here, battle color version, all that good stuff. So really nice box cover. I'll probably just end up cutting it out, and I might place it somewhere, or I might, I don't know, give it away or something like that. People like these, you know. It's a nice little poster of the figures of the product and everything like that. But considering it has Baragon on it, I might hold on to it. But anyway, that's just a quick overview of the box. Nothing crazy. Let's get the box out of the way here as I decide what side to put it on. And let's bring in the stars of the hour. Here is Mothra. And then here is Baragon. Let me reposition my camera a little bit. And can I zoom back in? Kinda. That'll be good enough. Let's just back up Baragon here for a little bit. Same thing with Mothra. All right, we have the 2 remaining Guardian monsters here from the GMK film. This actually wraps up my Guardian monster lineup, because for those that know, a good amount of years ago I bought the GMK Ghidorah off of Goji Fan 93. And, you know, he's been in my collection ever since. So now he has his Guardian monster buddies here. I do not have the GMK Godzilla from X Plus. That is something that I will have to get on my list in the future. It just really sucks that when these guys went up for pre-order on X Plus, on X Plus's North American website, like not even 2 weeks later, or something like that. It was like a week and a half, maybe even a week later or something like that. They put up pre-orders for the Godzilla of this lineup. And I was like, really? Like, I couldn't. That goes into that problem that Goji Fan 93 and I have talked about several times before. It's just like, you know, like, I wish the companies would just slow down sometimes, because it's like, really happy I was able to get this. Would have been really cool if I was able to complete my GMK lineup, but they just had to release the reissue of the Godzilla not even a week or so after these guys, and it's like, I can't spend that much money right now. Like, this was nice. I would have liked to have the complete GMK lineup, but so it's like, come on, X Plus, all these other companies, slow down on your releases. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more of a gap. Because I kind of just had to say, oh well. And if another GMK Godzilla comes across in the future, they do another reissue, then great. And if I'm able to pick it up, even better. But I'm happy to have all 3 of the Guardian monsters. So what we're going to do in this review, now that we're done talking about all of that, we got the box out of the way, we're just going to dive into one figure at a time. I think I'm going to go over Mothra first, save the best for last, Baragon. So let's move Baragon off to the side here. You can kind of see him in the mirror still. Here, there we go. There, reflection. But let's take a look at Mothra here. Again, I love the GMK Mothra. Just to get it out of the way, she does come on a flight stand. It's nothing crazy though. You have a transparent, you know, clear bottom base and then a little metal pole that sticks into Mothra and the base, and then that's it. So nothing crazy there. So let's get that out of the way and let's take a look at Mothra. Mothra here, absolutely fantastic. The wings are actually made out of a more brittle vinyl. It would actually suck if this took a nosedive off of somebody's shelf. And if you had a hard floor and it was high enough, I'm pretty sure these wings would crack or snap or just, I mean, just break. They just... Not like it's a problem. How else would you solve like the vinyl like drooping over time? If the wings were just made out of a complete vinyl, having her in a stand over time, it doesn't matter where you would live, gravity would take place and these wings would eventually droop. So this here at least will, I don't know if it'll 100% solve the drooping issue, but it'll definitely delay it for years to come. But let's go on into paint with this. Paint and color for Mothra here. So Mothra, of course, you have whites, you have oranges, you have purples, there's browns, yellows, everything, all kinds of colors throughout the figure. But one thing I will focus on is, even though I know these are battle colored, I wish the wings, at least on the top part of the wings and the body here, weren't as brown. This is a little excessive than what I was thinking and from what you saw from the prototype pictures, I want to say. I mean, maybe it was just the way the lighting was, but again, I know it's the battle colored version, but I didn't expect Mothra to be basically burnt at this point. You know, I figured, you know, a little bit of dry brushing brown, that way you still get a little bit of the white, you know, kind of like the way it is here towards the face, you know, like you just need a little bit of brown. You didn't need to go as heavy, in my opinion. But that's my only complaint. The rest of the figure is fine. All the color and the wings, again, look fantastic. Again, it's a little more yellowish brown under here. I would have even accepted, you know, some of this. But I don't know. I don't know if it's just me. You could put it down in the comments if you agree or not, or if you think it's appropriate. I think this is just, it's a little much. It's a little too dark. Again, I know battle colored version, and that's fine. But for me, that's just a little bit dark. Not a real big fan of it. The eyes, though, the eyes is something I really like about this Mothra, because my favorite color is purple, so I love the purple eyes. And just the way that they're painted and the way the light shines off them in different angles, I mean, just looks fantastic. Just looks great. Same thing with like the purple in the wings. Again, it's probably another reason why this is my favorite Mothra. Because it has purple, she's a little more sleek. You know, I do like the combination of the CGI and the puppet, you know, the practical effects used in the film for Mothra. I just think it looked great. But again, you got more oranges, yellows, all that stuff on the underside here. Very dark black mouth. Again, you got oranges and everything up here. Black here for her little stinger. But, I mean, overall, beautiful color throughout. I mean, it does look fantastic. I just wish this was a little lighter. This was a little lighter. That's it. Detail-wise, absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at Mothra's eyes. Look at all the detail in there. The mouth, just all her fur in general, still looks really, really, really good. All the membranes and everything in the wings just looks fantastic. It looks great. Sharp stinger. Her little legs. Those are things that are pliable on the sculpt, are the legs. So if she does ever take a dive, you wouldn't have to worry about the legs or the antennas necessarily breaking or snapping off. But detail-wise, just beautiful all the way around. Just ultimately fantastic. No articulation. You know, this is X+, so you're just getting your standard, you know, statue, final figure. And again, she comes with the flight stand, which you can just plug in. And again, if you've seen pictures of, you know, where I put Mothra and Baragon on the Facebook and Instagram pages, then I pretty much stuck them with Ghidorah. So I have my guardian monsters all together. I wish the flight stand was maybe just a touch higher. I could probably replace this metal pole with something else, because she is like right in line kind of with Ghidorah. And Mothra's almost hidden out of the three. I just wish she was just a touch higher. Didn't have to be much. Even if it's just like an inch, a half inch, that would be good. Didn't need to be much taller, but it's okay. So now we have Mothra out of the way. Let's trade places here. And we have Baragon. All right. The star of the movie. Baragon here. Really, really cool. I really like the sculpt. Again, I'm so happy to finally have this figure in hand. I mean, I never saw this or the Mothra in person. I only saw pictures, videos, you know, and none of that stuff does these figures justice. So seeing them for the first time in hand, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Going on to paint with Baragon here. Again, it's a battle colored version. You don't see it too much on Baragon. Like, if anything, my Baragon feels like it's lacking the battle color. Mothra is really heavy with the battle color, but Baragon here, like, he's supposed to look like he's a little dusty, dirty, which he does, but in reality, it's nowhere near like how heavy Mothra is. Like, Baragon here is very light. Like, if there is that battle color, you can really hardly barely see it in Baragon. But Baragon here, you have a very nice dark brick red, you know, for his whole body. You know what? Godzilla isn't red. You know, like that line from that movie. Godzilla isn't red. Because Baragon, they didn't call him Baragon at first. It's like, it's the red Godzilla. What? Oh, man. But still, really nice color. I really like the orange used on his horns and his spikes. That orange is just really, really nice. Eyes are nice red with black pupils. Nice bone ivory color for the teeth. Red inside of the mouth. Very nice, again, oranges for his claws. Again, I really, really dig the oranges on this guy. For his horns, his spikes, and his claws. Oh, they look great. And that about does it for Baragon's color. Detail-wise, oh, this thing's beautiful. I mean, it really captures the tankiness of the GMK Baragon. I mean, just all the underside here, all the wrinkles, all the scales and everything just look great. And again, it just captures the suit. You know, this X Plus, the model kit that this is based off of, it just captures the suit details beautifully. You know, all the creases and bumps and everything on his arms, the claws, the grooves in them, all the teeth individually sculpted. Again, the face, the nose, the horn. It just all looks great. All the bumps. Absolutely wonderful. The ears look good. I mean, Baragon here looks good from any angle. Absolutely wonderful. All of his armor plating and scales going down the back. Lovely. I wish the tail... Granted, I know there's not much you can do with Baragon's tail. But I wish it was a little more, like, articulate. It just kind of seems like... It just seems a little too flat, a little too basic. Granted, the GMK Baragon didn't have a long, crazy, you know, tail, whatever. But still, a little bit more of, like, an S-curve in it or something might have looked good. But to me, it's just a little flat, stagnant. My only complaint about Baragon. But other than that, I mean, it's fine. It's very minor. Again, Baragon, you're not really going to see the tail from how you have him posed. It's going to be kind of hidden. But overall, detail-wise and everything, I mean, just the back legs, everything. Again, just it captures the beefiness of GMK Baragon. And just looks great. And another cool thing about Baragon here is he's one of the very few kaiju portrayed in tokusatsu history by a female suit actor. You know, Baragon here was a female suit actor. I don't remember if it was the same lady, but Gauss from Guardian of the Universe was also played by a female suit actor. Someone in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but that might have been the same suit actor. I think played Baragon and Gauss, but I could be wrong. It might just be two different female suit actors, but very fun fact there. No articulation, you know, nothing really moves on this guy. You know, there are joints at his legs, but again, he's stationary. You know, there's no point for the articulation. You know, Baragon, he sits there and he looks pretty. That's about it. Scaling wise, again, these guys are 25 centimeters, so they'll scale in well with, you know, they look great with Ghidorah. You know, they look fantastic with Ghidorah. I'm not even going to knock that. They look great with Ghidorah. But, I mean, they'll scale in well with your other X Plus. They're in the 25 centimeter range. So, that's really all I got for that. No point for on-screen scaling. You know, I keep things simple when scale doesn't matter as much. I feel people care more about scale with, like, the Bandai stuff, SH Monster Arts, Tamashii Nation, stuff like that. But with X Plus, it's pretty generic. You kind of know what you're getting, you know. Anyway, you guys, hope you enjoyed my review on the X Plus Favorite Sculptors line 25 centimeter battle-colored version, Baragon and Mothra from Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters, All Out Attack, or GMK. That was a long title right there. But, like always, you guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to like and follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Facebook and Instagram. And like always, you guys, hope you enjoyed today's review. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.
banana oil.